darlings, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with some more pieces to share with you guys from my vintage slash antique ephemera collection, and I'm so excited to share with you guys the next few pieces that I picked out of the tin. So let's get started. The first piece is this little photo. It is like a cabinet card photo of this handsome little boy with this amazing little outfit on. It almost looks like he is like a bullfighter. To be honest, it is so adorable. And this is what it looks like. There's no year on it. I really wish there was, but it's still pretty cool to have. Next up, we've got another little photo, but I think this one is a postcard, and it is this handsome man right here. He's got some muscles, and it says that this is James Corbett, whom Sullivan called a fancy dude, and he ended John L's career. I can lick him without getting my hair mussed, Corbett said, and made good his boast. So it sounds like he was a pretty awesome dude. And I think I just fell in love with the little caption on the bottom. He's so tough, so sassy. I love it. You know, I like picking up ephemera that is kind of funny and kind of stands out to me, and if it appeals to me like that, especially with humor, I will pick it up usually. Next up, we've got this little receipt book. I'm gonna take it out of its protective layering to share with you guys. But this is from 1876, and at first I was just really amazed that it was such a cool little booklet from 1876, and it wasn't until I got home and I took it out of the packaging and I really looked at it that I was even more amazed. So when I first saw it, I thought receipt book, you know, maybe it's just like somebody jotted down like their purchases and all of that, so quite literally a receipt book, but it's actually a bunch of recipes and stuff. So I think that a receipt book back then maybe meant recipe book, I don't know, but there's definitely some recipes in here and it's pretty awesome and I really like it. So this is Mrs. Winslow's domestic receipt book, and there's some advertising on here for Brown's bronchial troches for coughs and colds. I love the little artwork on there, and it's for 1876. It says, "This book will be issued annually with entirely new receipts. By preserving them and sewing them together, you will have in a few years the best collection of receipts in the country." And it says here, entered according to the Act of Congress in the year 1875. This is what it looks like on the front cover right here, an advertisement for Brown's bronchial troches. And it says up top here, it says, "A cough, cold, or sore throat requires immediate attention and should be checked. If allowed to continue, irritation of the lungs, a permanent throat affection, or an incurable lung disease is often the result." It's so dramatic. And it says that having a direct influence on the parts give immediate relief. For bronchitis, asthma, consumptive, and throat diseases, troches are used with always good success. Singers and public speakers will find troches useful in clearing the voice when taken before singing or speaking, and relieving the throat after an unusual exertion of the vocal organs. Sorry if that was out of focus. I'm reading and I'm not looking at the camera. I should really keep an eye on that. It says, obtain only Brown's bronchial troches and do not take any of the worthless imitations that may be offered. Sold everywhere. That is a very aggressive advertisement. And then this one down here says, mothers, 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 are you disturbed at night and broken of your rest by a sick child, suffering and crying with excruciating pain of cutting teeth? If so, go at once and get a little bottle of Mrs. Winslow's soothing syrup. So I guess it's for teething. It says, it will relieve the poor little sufferer immediately. Depend upon it. There is no mistake about it. There is not a mother on earth who has ever used it who will not tell you at once that it will regulate the bowels and give rest to the mother and relief and health to the child, operating like magic. Pleasant to the taste, and is the prescription of one of the oldest and best female physicians and nurses in the United States. Sold everywhere. I love reading old advertisements. It's one of my favorite things to see. So right here, it's just a little calendar, it looks like. And they are really advertising all of these same little companies on here. Pretty cool. So it is falling apart a little bit. So that's why I keep it in that protective covering and just keep it, you know, all together. but it's just really awesome to look at every now and again. So here it says breakfast and tea cakes, and these are just some of the recipes. So if you guys wanna, I'll give you guys a slow-mo little look through at each of them. And then here's another little ad on here. It says starting up in sleep is a sure sign of worm trouble. So it's for Brown's vermifuge comfits or worm lozenges. Oh, that sounds disgusting. Then we've got some more recipes. Sorry if this is boring for you guys. You know, you can just skip over this and skip to the next piece of ephemera. But I love reading these. That's really interesting because there's a Filipino drink slash dessert called sago, and I guess there's an American equivalent, but it's pudding. But there's definitely a lot of ads in between all of these recipes, which is really interesting. And then right here, there's this whole page that says children teething, a downtown merchant. I think this is another advertisement for that soothing syrup. Yup. So, pretty cool. Oh, and there's a backside too of that. And then some more recipes. French tapioca custard. That sounds really good. This is so hard to read. Imagine having to read your recipes off of this tiny little writing. I'm going to show you guys because I have it zoomed in, so that's why it looks so big. But it's actually really so tiny to read. So they must have had a really good eyesight, not going to lie. Because I would definitely struggle to read this right now. If I was trying to, you know, cook something from this. I might actually try to take one of these recipes and give it a try because, you know, it'd be interesting to see what it tastes like. It's probably all just the same kind of stuff that we make. Ooh, pork cake. Cheap cake. I mean, at least they're honest. There's so many different kinds of cakes. Another ad. Rich cake. So we got the cheap cake, we got the rich cake, French cake, rolled jelly cake, imperial cake. Very nice. I like that they had to emphasize that it is very nice. So I'm assuming that's the best one since it's not the cheap or the rich. And then boiled jelly cake. Oh, that sounds yummy. Hickory nut cake. That sounds good. We've got quite a bit of pages left. So this is the for seasickness. Brown's, it looks like Brown's sold quite a lot of medicines for different ailments. So for bruises, for cuts. Keep old friends. Why have we cutters and grinders in our mouths? That our food may be thoroughly chewed. To keep those teeth then is a prime necessity, and nothing is better for this purpose than Brown's camphorated, saponaceous dentrifice, which cleanses the mouth, strengthens the teeth, and preserves them. 25 cents a bottle. Sounds like mouthwash, to be honest. So it looks like it says that it's going to give you true wisdom and common sense as well. So that's kind of a plus. Let alone you'll keep your teeth. So I guess those are some really good points there. And there's some more advertisements here. It's all for that same thing. It helps with bad breath and tartar. Some receipts for some side dishes. I said receipts instead of recipes. See, it's already getting to me. There it is. Sorry if I'm gonna speed through these recipes faster now, but if you really want to like stop it and give it a read, maybe you want to copy it down, just definitely don't hesitate to pause the video. But I want to give you guys a little in-depth look at this because I feel like when I first hauled all these goodies, I don't try to show too much because I know the videos will get really long. So this is what these videos are for, in smaller groups, so that I can really give you a more in-depth look at the products that I have in my collection. But ooh, here we go. A good salad. Who doesn't want a good salad? And then this is the miscellaneous. Ooh, how to remove spots from silk. That actually might be useful. Is there things that I can use? French chalk. I do not have French chalk on hand, unfortunately, so never mind. Scarlet fever and smallpox. Ooh. For scarlet fever, 1 tablespoonful of brewer's yeast in 3 tablespoons of sweetened water 3 times a day. Interesting. I wonder if that actually worked. Probably not. Bed bug poison. Ooh. See, this is why I love getting these booklets, because it's like endless amounts of reading and entertainment, and it's just interesting to see what life was like for everyone back then. I'm so sorry, by the way, I'm holding this at an angle. I just realized that. But because I'm standing to the side of my tripod and my camera, so I didn't even realize I'm holding all of this at angles. So sorry about that. Physicians say that almost every child is troubled more or less by worms. Ugh. Great. Restoring damaged velvet. How to take ink stains out of mahogany. How to fatten turkeys. That's a good tip. How to make yellow butter in winter. Ooh, that's actually handy. A few hints for hard times. Rutabagus, I'm not entirely sure what that is, if that's a person or a food. Grated, okay, it's a food. Grated and prepared as you do cabbage make an excellent substitute for that article. Pumpkin pies can be made without milk by using water instead, and we think they are as good as when made with milk. Custards can also be made with water instead of milk. That will pass very well. Also puddings, as the baked Indian pudding, by the addition of a little piece of butter. So a few hints for hard times. So if you don't have milk, you can just use water. Pretty cool. Ooh, how to clean hairbrushes. That's actually something I need right now. Pickles, preserves. Ooh, watermelon preserves. That actually sounds, ooh. To can peaches. Ooh. Sorry again, I'm holding it at an angle again. Currants, some berries, you know. Some more Brown's products. How to make tomato ketchup. Catsup. Ooh, that's a long recipe. Okay. Once again, sorry if I'm like going through it a little too fast now. I'm just getting tired because my hands hurt and are getting shaky. Then this is the last back page right here. Another little ad. Definitely give these a read for sure if you've got time, you know, just pause each page, but it's just really interesting. And then this is the back cover with all the names of the things that were advertised, so it's pretty cool. And that is just this little receipt book. Next up, we've got a few postcards. This one is a Hershey's milk chocolate one. Obviously, it looks like a candy bar. This is, I don't know what year it's from. And it was just in a bunch, I think it came in a bunch of postcards, so that's why I have it in here. Next, we've got some more postcards. So this one right here is the Botanical Garden Museum in the Bronx Park in the city. I've actually never still been to the Botanical Garden, and I've lived in New York my whole life. So this was for, is this for Edna Gage or from her? Well, it looks like it says Love Doris, so I guess it was to her. So I guess her friend went there, and it is postmarked 1928. When I was going to flea markets in Maine, anything New York related I would pick up, honestly. I liked picking up things, obviously, that I like and I relate to, so anything New York I was picking up. Then I picked up this little card. I just thought it was an interesting read, and it's saying whom you should marry. And it doesn't really relate to me because I wasn't born in February. I was actually supposed to be born in February, but I was born in January. But it says, if you were born in February, you are sensitive and a trifle difficult to understand. Sounds like me still. You have moods and strong likes and dislikes. You need a mate who will rule you with kindness. You cannot be driven. You should marry one born in either June or October. June persons are the kindest and most understanding people in the world. They give intelligent sympathy, and they can see the funny side of things. They make the most interesting marriage partners, for they are thinking and doing something new and different all the time. One born in October will make you a good mate because they are so well balanced and just. Sorry, I didn't even realize that it was out of focus, my bad. They have easy dispositions to get on with. All they require is a little appreciation. They are as fond of pleasure as you are. They are extremely likable companions. The best months for February people to marry in are March and November. The least favorable are July, September, and January. Azure blue is the color influence that makes the February people happiest. A dark blue is happier for the June born, with white and crimson for the October people. I just thought it was pretty cool. I wish it was for January because I would actually be genuinely interested in what it would have to say. But it was made in 1922. It was only $1 at the antique store, and I was just like, I need to pick this up. It is so interesting to read. Then I picked up these two little postcards that I just picked up because I thought they were interesting and kind of funny, and I just really like them. So this one has this guy kissing his girl on the couch, and it just says, after a brisk ride, kiss her hilariously. And I don't know why I thought that was so funny, that it was like, kiss her hilariously. Not just sweetly, hilariously. So I just thought it was really funny. So I picked that up. And then this one is another one that they look like they go together, so I picked up both. And it says, sitting, kiss her longingly. So, such a sweet little funny card to have. And then we've got this little postcard, and it just says, greetings from, with this guy in a car, I think, or something like that. And it says it's from June 1907, I guess. 1907, yes, June 14th. And it is for Miss Ethel from Michigan. It says, received your letter today. Was glad to hear from you. Will answer your letter next week. Having a blank time since school. Something must stop now. I'm sorry, that's all I could read. It's so hard to read this writing on this colored background, but sounds like she was just sending a quick little postcard to say, hey, got your letter. Gonna write you back soon because school is crazy. So nice little postcard there. And then last but not least, we've got this little Christmas card, and this is the little graphic on it. Nice and simple. Oh, and it's a little postcard. And it says right here, with full appreciation of all courtesies shown, we extend our best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. So it looks like this from W.W. Parker, a little druggist, and it might have been a little advertisement for his customers, but I thought it was pretty cool to have. So that is it for my little ephemera share this time around. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more of my collection, definitely check out the previous ones and also subscribe so you can see the future ones when I post them as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!